Hey everyone, it's Breezy. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a shell challenge, and I am using a shell that was created by Tiny Simmer, as you can see up there in the top corner. And you can see that this is kind of a unique shaped building, so I am excited to try and turn it into a tiny home for two. And as you can see here, I'm just kind of throwing a door on here to trying to plan out what I'm going to do with this strange corner here, and unfortunately it's a little bit too big for that couch, which would have been really cool, but I'm going to try out some windows because I think that adding that will be really cool. So I started to add some custom content windows to this, which looked really nice, but then I realized that nobody would be able to download it, so I believe that I went back and changed this later. But yeah, I had a really fun time with this challenge. I love building challenges, and I aim to be doing a lot more of those going forward. So I am trying to figure out here where I want to put the kitchen, because I have this one little like 1x1 square there. So I think that I decided that even though it's going to be super weird to have two doors next to each other, the bathroom is going to be the best utilization of that small space there. I really wanted to have the kitchen in that corner, but I just realized having the front door in the kitchen is going to be too weird. And I had just enough room in that corner with the bathroom to make a kitchen, so that leaves us room for a double bed. And I know that a double bed is ambitious in this regard, but honestly I'm pretty confident that I can make this have everything that I need, including a double bed. So as you can see, I'm kind of struggling with how to place it. Like, do I put in more walls? What do I do here? I'm trying to find the right bed that I want. Do I want to use dividers? And so I spend quite a bit of time looking through dividers here, just trying to figure out what to use. I really wanted these curtains to work because I think they look so cool. I would love the ability to divide my room with cute curtains, but there's just a lot of holes in them, so I'm not really sure how that's gonna go. But I do love the idea of having the bed in these windows. I mean, obviously, like, this is on the ground floor and it looks out towards the street, so maybe not the best idea. But also, I guess if you have curtains, it would be fine. And honestly, I love waking up next to a big window and just looking outside and seeing the greenery and seeing birds outside. Actually, it's been snowing here recently, so I have been just loving looking outside the window at the snow. It's coming down. So now I'm trying to place just like a small dining room table. I've got a couch here. I have these room dividers, which I think are really lovely. And here's where I'm starting to see a color scheme come together, because I'm starting to use more like yellowy, orangey browns. So I am sticking with that. And I am putting in a sink in the kitchen because I almost forgot that. Of course, you can't forget the toilet paper rolls, otherwise Deli will kill you. So that's important. Now I'm putting in the lights. I don't know why lights are always so far in the process before I remember to put them in. But here they are. Now you can see what's happening a little bit better. And I'm going for a green bathroom with some lighter tiles here, some kind of gray beigey tiles. And I'm rethinking that, but I think I'm sticking with it. And then I'm just changing up the colors in the kitchen because they don't seem to make sense with what's happening with the rest of the room. This is all one big room, so it's kind of important that all the colors mesh, or at least it's important to me. I mean, I don't know in real life if it would matter that much, but I do try my best to make sure my furniture matches. Overall, I'm really liking this layout. I think I'm gonna have to play test everything because I don't know if the Sims can kind of walk through to the bed or get to their books that are on that bookshelf. But now I'm trying to figure out a good floor color, just seeing what looks good here. And I think that I'm opting for this kind of medium brown color. And now I'm starting to remember that I need windows, otherwise this is going to be really sad for the rest of the house. So I'm putting those in, and a little hood, I'm trying to put in some blinds now to make this all look nice. Make sure all of our neighbors can't see in. Or even just have some decoration. I mean, that looks really nice. So here come those curtains that I was talking about. Just trying to find the right match here. And I love that the curtain that I chose on that main big window there, it ends right where the bed does. Like, I thought that the bed overlapped it, but nope, it just ends right there, so it's really perfect. It's amazing how few curtains go on this window and look the way that I want them to. The colors aren't quite exact there, but they're close enough, and I really like the idea of having those curtains in the middle to kind of keep people from seeing in, like I said. And now I'm just going to put a little pop of blue in there to kind of lighten it up a little bit, since we have a lot of yellows and oranges. And now I'm turning my attention to the outside of the house, which usually decorating outside is not my forte. So I'm just trying to figure out what door I want to use, and that's a hard decision. So you just saw me trying to make an upper porch level. I thought it'd be kind of nice to have an overhang for the roof there, and so there's like a little entryway, which I think actually looks kind of cute. It's a little bit awkward with the window right there. But I'm a sucker for columns. I have to tell you, I really struggled with this roof. It was really hard because I finally found a roof that fit this window here, but then I couldn't figure out how to incorporate it into the rest of the roof. I mean, if I had played with it a little bit more, maybe I would have gotten there, but at some point I think I just decided to do something a little bit different with the roof. Are roofs the hardest for everyone else, or is that just me? Like, I really struggle with roof design. I think that like fun, quirky, odd roofs are so fun to look at, and I always look at them jealously, just like, how do I do that? But so far it's been more of a struggle for me than, and maybe I'm just too nitpicky about it. Like, maybe some of these roofs would have been fine, and I was just like, no, it must fit perfectly and look perfect. Because I am turning into a little bit of a perfectionist with that. So I actually end up just doing like this more modern roof, which maybe doesn't quite fit the inside of the house, but I think it looks quite cute on the outside of the house. So I am a big fan of this. All right, I finally figured out the roof. This is the roof that I stick with, and now I am going to change out the windows, like I said, because they are custom content, and I want you to have them. I want you to have this build because it's really cute. And spoiler alert, it is totally functional. I did play test this, which I won't show you, but I promise, it all works. And then now I'm trying to see if I can fit any more windows in here, just to add some more visuals. Of course, I still haven't painted the outside of the house. I mean, I'm doing that now, but I know a lot of simmers that build buildings tend to do the outside first, which I think is really clever, but for me, there's something about doing the outside first that seems really weird, because I always end up moving my windows after I put my furniture in, and I end up changing the color of the house after I put all the furnishings in because I changed the design. So for me, doing this a little bit later is nicer. And as you see, I'm changing out my stairs. I've decided to make them a double wide here. I'm adding some stone accents to this little kind of column-y area in the front, which I think is really cute. So now I have this nice like dark blue house with a little bit of stone, like the stone steps I got, and then the stone column. And I'm going for a little bit darker of a roof for some contrast, which I think is just really cute now. I'm a big fan of what this has turned into. So now I think I just need to decorate the outside. So I'm starting to add some foliage in here. I like a lot of greenery around houses. Like I grew up like in the woods, so I think having a lot of trees and a lot of greenery is nice. I also had a lot of flower beds when I was growing up, so I think that really adds a lot to a house. So you will need move objects on to place this house, since I'm just kind of layering all these flowers together here. But I think those are really nice too. Like I surprised myself by being able to add a back door, because I just thought that what this needed was like a little back door like deck area, just to again add a little bit more. And then have some stairs, because there is like a fishing pond like right next to here. So it's so nice to just be able to go outside your back door and walk out your deck and then go fishing. So I thought that was really cool. And then I'm just adding a little fencing here. And I love that. I love that I have matching. I love the matching railing with the fence. Not all staircase railings do that, so I was really happy to find one that did. And then I'm going for kind of a stone table outside, just like for two people again. Like there's not really a whole lot of entertaining that might happen here, but I think it's really cute as it is. And then there's a little barbecue. I mean, I guess you could have people over. I mean, if I had put in like a bench or some other tables in the yard maybe. But I just wanted to keep it simple and contained, and I was trying to keep it fairly in budget by not adding a whole lot of extra stuff. I mean, this isn't quite a starter home. I think it ends up being about 24,000 simoleons. But that's pretty close, and I use free real estate on all the time just to get my Sims into pretty houses that I could never afford myself. So I'm just living my having a house dreams vicariously through my Sims, essentially, since I will never have a house. Or at least it feels that way. Maybe that's not true. I dream of having a house because I do love interior decoration and like building custom areas, and I just want like a little daybed reading nook and all sorts of things. I used to live in this house that had like a totally custom kitchen, and it had every kind of storage you would ever want. It had like lazy Susans in the corners. It had pull-out drawers for the garbage. It had like so many cabinets and shelves and like interesting knickknacks in them, that made it really, really easy to store a lot of stuff in there, which made it really hard to move out of, I will say, but it was really nice to have that. So just adding some more trees in here. I was trying to not just put a tree in every corner to like add a little bit more here, but I really do love a lot of trees, as I said. And this tree I'm really excited about because it's so large that it perfectly just like goes over my house, which again, I'm living vicariously through a sim world, because in the real world, that would be dangerous to have tree branches right over your house like that. But you know, trees aren't in danger of falling over here, so we can have this giant tree canopy in peace. And we can enjoy our outdoors, and hopefully no spiders fall onto us. But otherwise, it seems like a really nice place to hang out, just under this tree cover. And of course, I chose red leaves because they remind me of red maple leaves, and I'm Canadian, so that's really happy for me. I don't think it is a maple tree, though. I think it's something else. I'd have to look. But yeah, I'm loving all this shrubbery. I don't really, again, like doing the outsides is really difficult for me because I'm never quite sure what to do around the edges of the house. Where I grew up, we had flower beds all around the edges, and trees and plants and all sorts of things. So I'm kind of used to that lining the house, but I know that not everyone's house is like that. So I was really just kind of like, well, I guess I'll put some hedges in. Okay, so now I'm going back in to add in a little bit of art because I realized upon trying to do a walkthrough that my walls were quite bare. And as much as I like a minimalistic look, and it does feel like the walls are kind of small and cluttered here, when you're in first person mode, you realize that that does not appear as small of an area as you think it is when you're in this mode building. Oh, also safety first, don't forget your smoke detectors. And then this painting is one of my favorites, and it just brings my blue and my orange theme together. But it's really nice in a lot of different ways. I think it's really great. The art in this game is so nice. I don't know if you guys have looked at every single piece, but I've spent a lot of time looking at it and I really like it. I do wish there was more, but you know, we can't have everything, right? And that's what custom content is for too in my own builds. So now I'm trying to figure out if I want to change the color of the doors. I add some stone in the back because I realized I've forgotten that. I've been changing all the doors and windows to brown, but I think what I've decided is that some of the windows can be brown for context, for contrast, like in the front there. But otherwise, everything else will be white, just to kind of keep that nice, clean look that we've been going for. So now we're doing the very slow walkthrough, and I realize now as we're watching this that I forgot to change those stair railings back to white, so I will do that before putting it on the gallery. But here we come in and we have our awkward door directly to the left going into the bathroom, with the shower and the toilet paper and a painting. Very minimal right there. We have a little kind of hallway here thanks to our room divider, and then we're right smack dab in our kitchen. And then it looks so funny because I have to zoom out so much. Then we have our little living room area, and we've got some bookshelves, and we have our bed. And it looks really beautiful. Like, look, you can look out into the neighborhood if you want to. So hopefully you're the type that wears pajamas. Now we're on to our back porch. We have our grill and some greenery, some flowers out here. There's a little bird bath if you want to watch the birds. And like I said, there is a little fishing pond. So that is super cute. I really like how this turned out. It was quite a bit of a challenge, maybe more so than I thought it would be, but I really liked it. I would love to do more, so please comment and let me know what you'd like to see me build, if you want me to do more challenges or whatever. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and keep simmering until next time.